A thumbnail is the first thing a viewer will see to determine if you're going to click on someone's video or not. Many people will say the most important thing for a creator to focus on is the thumbnail. We want it to be clickbait. We want it to be, oh, that's interesting, I'm going to click on that video. But recently I've been noticing that all the thumbnails seem very generic, very the same, and it just seems a little bit stale. The internet right now seems stale. But today we are focusing on thumbnails. As a new creator, how are you meant to stand out in a sea of generic thumbnails? Every creator is doing something similar to someone else. Maybe you see that their thumbnail did well and got more clicks, so you're going to do something kind of the same. And as a new creator, you tend to follow the trends. Whatever's popping off right now, you're going to do something similar. But right now, it just seems kind of boring. Now, I can tell you just by looking at someone's thumbnail, I know what to expect in the video. And as a viewer, you do want to know what you're going to expect, but nothing seems very different anymore. I can tell you if someone has white or yellow, bold outlined font, that most likely they're going to have a commentary channel. And I know what you're thinking, girl, have you seen your thumbnails? And I know, I fall into the trap as well. I have very sort of standard thumbnails. Nothing exciting, nothing great. I just look like every other commentary channel. But it's not just commentary channels that are doing very similar thumbnails. It's also vlogging channels. And specifically the girlies that are doing productive mornings, going to the gym, some sort of motivational chit chat video. I know just by looking at their thumbnail, it's going to be someone in workout gear, someone with an alarm clock, some sort of healthy food, and I know it's going to be that clean girl aesthetics. Now, as a viewer, you might like knowing that's exactly what you're going to get. But when everyone's doing it and everyone's video thumbnails looks like a Pinterest board, how do you know who to click on? Who is better to watch? And I think that's when view count comes into play. Because sometimes you're like, that's an interesting thumbnail. And you might see maybe 10 views. Maybe you'd be like, oh, maybe I'll give her a try. She might be great. Or maybe you'll look at it and be like, I'll pass. She looks like every other creator. Now, this is no shade to anyone out there doing these types of thumbnails in any niche. It's no shade. It's just something I've noticed across YouTube and other platforms as well, but specifically we're talking about YouTube thumbnails today. And another sort of example I could give you, besides the Pinterest girlies and the commentary channels as well, is the challenge style video. When I say challenge, I'm talking like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has definitely got a branded thumbnail. It's normally him making a face like this or like this and something crazy going on in the background. Obviously to indicate what's going on in the video, and his personality and face and branding will sell you the video if you want to watch it or not. So that's standard. But then all these other sort of challenge videos will do something similar. Some do an exact copy and paste of the thumbnail and of the idea. When you see all the same thumbnails over and over again, it just makes it feel a bit boring. Right now, I feel like YouTube is in this little rut of just spitting out the same video. And I know what you're thinking, Jen, how can there be so many different types of videos? Like, we're all human, we all do similar things. I get it. We are all very much the same and nothing's probably going to change too much. But I just feel like there hasn't been a turning point in YouTube in a while. And what I mean is, like, when YouTube first came out, YouTube was predominantly very funny, comedic sketches, just very lighthearted, short, quick videos. And then there became a shift when vlogging started to happen, makeup tutorials started to happen. There was a full change in the YouTube algorithm. But right now, it just seems very stale, very quiet, just very blah. And like, even challenge videos aren't exciting me anymore. They used to. And maybe this is a me problem. Maybe I'm the one who is just bored of watching YouTube videos. I don't think it can be solely that. It's just that every thumbnail looks the same. So I feel like I've seen it all before. And maybe for some people that's really comforting and they know what they're going to expect. But a lot of these, I don't want to just pick on vlogging girly ones, the Pinteresty vibe ones. I don't want to just single them out, but I feel like for a lot of them, they're all the same, just a different person. And I guess at the end of the day, your personality can sell your video and make people fall in love with your content, because at the end of the day, yes, your thumbnail is a key focus for any creator. As long as your video is good and your personality is charming and makes people want to watch, that's all that really matters. But for new creators, how do you compete with other people who have thousands and millions of views and you're starting from scratch? And it's really hard to start from scratch. But I think thumbnails are such an important thing to focus on. But how do you make it different when you just want to follow the trends, see what's working for other people, and not go way too far different that no one clicks on your video, or have a thumbnail that's got like you eating something and a cat in the background and the video is about dogs? Like, you want it to make sense. So I understand why we all do certain things, because you want the viewer to know what you're offering. I get it. But like, it just seems a bit stale. Even my thumbnails are a little bit stale, and I don't really know how to fix this. But I do want to point out people's thumbnails that I really appreciate and I really resonate with. And I know when I see one of those thumbnails who it is straight away. They stand out. And some of these examples are Sunny V2. All his thumbnails, like, he is like a commentary video essay type of channel, but all his thumbnails have one thing in common, and it is the person that he's talking about or the topic he's talking about in like a cartoon form drawing style. That is Sunny V2's branding. And for me, that stuck out compared to other commentary channels or video essays where it's just the person and like 3 images in the background. Sunny V2's way of presenting his videos stands out to me compared to the rest. Another one would be Jay Aubrey. His thumbnails are a person with some sort of disformed face. It's a little bit like, what is this? Why is this creepy? But he's face tuned their faces in a way where it's sort of creepy. Their smiles are a little bit off. Their eyes are a bit big. But I know when I see one of his thumbnails, that is Jay Aubrey. And that's what I think it comes down to, is how you brand and how you market your YouTube channel. There is Zoe Unlimited. She does a mix of videos, other ones on marketing and branding and talking about pop culture, all that jazz. But her thumbnails are specific for her branding, because even though it might be similar to the Pinterest vibes, she's done it in a way which it gives magazine font. Like, it's very on point for her branding, with the fonts that are nice and big and colorful and playful, but not your generic fonts like other ones. It stands out in its own way. Even though it's similar, it's her own style, which I really appreciate. And I think that's when it stands out compared to other ones. I kind of expect that from Zoe Unlimited, especially because she comes from a marketing background. She understands branding and how to brand yourself. So I expect that from her. She's really honed in on her skills to make her channel pop. A recent one actually that popped up in my YouTube feed, and when I saw this thumbnail, made me click straight away. And I'd never heard of this YouTube creator before, and it was Johnny Too Cozy. His thumbnail stands out with his purples and his blues and his cartoon drawings. Now, I am the type to fall asleep watching a YouTube video. I like to listen to something as I fall asleep. The TV, too overstimulating. Someone talking on my phone next to my pillow, fabulous. So when I saw Johnny Too Cozy's thumbnail, and so it was just like facts about BoJack Horse, not that I've watched BoJack Horse, is it Horseman or Horse? Whatever it is, in a very long time, I was like, fabulous. Let's listen to some facts. And I clicked on it, and I watched it, and I fell asleep. And it was great. And Johnny Too Cozy only started his YouTube channel back in February of 2024. He has about 21 videos and he is getting hundreds and thousands of views. I think one of his videos did 1 million views and he's already gained 58,000 subscribers. And so I know that Johnny Too Cozy, if he did a generic whatever sort of thumbnail, I wouldn't have clicked on it. But because there was something about the colors and his style, it drew me in, I clicked on that video. And so that's why I think thumbnails are so important. And for him, it works. It totally worked. These are all sort of like video essay, commentary sort of channels that I've mentioned. But one vlogging channel that I think has done extremely well and most people would have heard of her is Emma Chamberlain. Now, back in the day, her thumbnails were quite like other people's, but she has done it in a way right now where it's just a really simple picture of her. Most of the time looking unimpressed, but it's just a single photo. Not all of them have words, it's just a picture. And in a sea of Pinterest looking style thumbnails, her videos stand out because it is so simple. Now that's Emma Chamberlain's style. And as much as she used to be like very in, out, zoomy, very fast editing style, she was able to create her own brand with her thumbnail. I think that is the difference between generic thumbnails and ones that connect your channel to your brand. You're instantly going to connect that thumbnail with that person and watch it. Now, I guess it does come into play that if you do have millions of followers, you are more likely going to get more views, obviously, and it be more presented to other viewers. And I think view count always comes into play because psychologically, people are sheep. People like to follow the trends. So when they see someone getting millions or thousands of views, you are more likely to click on it. And so I kind of wonder, if you couldn't see a view count, would you still click on that video based off the thumbnail? It's just a thought. Does anyone else feel bored scrolling through their YouTube feed at the moment? Because it just feels all the same. And I think it does come down to personality and charm and the editing style of the video that essentially will sell the video, not just the thumbnail, and keep people subscribed and watching their videos. That is obviously a big side of making videos and holding on to subscribers. That is a key factor. If you're boring and have a great thumbnail, you're not going to get the subscribers, but you're going to make great thumbnails. That's fabulous. But at the end of the day, it just feels all the same. Let me know what you guys think. Am I just bored of YouTube, or does anyone else feel it's just a bit stale and we've seen it all before and there needs to be some sort of shift and something needs to change? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.